Alright, throughout my time watching Naruto, I've noticed, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of you have noticed as well, that the Uchiha Clan is one of the most unique clans who also seem to suffer the most. Now today I kind of wanted to break down why this is the case, what is the burden of the Uchiha, and talk about their most prominent members. But before we jump straight into it, I'd like to please encourage you to drop a sub if you guys like more content like this, and be sure to check out Mixi's channel as he's helping me edit this video. Now Madara was born alongside Hashirama Senju of the Senju clan. They were born into opposing clans who were constantly at war with one another, and upon meeting Hashirama as a young boy in the anime, he states that he can relate to Hashirama, who lost his younger brother Itama Senju, as he's also one of 5, but now they're down to 2, him and Izuna. Now as a child, him and Hashirama both wanted to create a world with peace and where kids can train and grow up to become strong, and eventually Madara and Hashirama actually became the leaders of their own respective clans, but they ended up growing to despise one another, which was only furthered by the death of Izuna, Madara's younger brother. But eventually they were able to unite and create the Hidden Leaf Village, but Madara left because he felt that the Uchiha did not gain adequate respect that everyone gave the Senju, and this was only furthered by the fact that Hashirama was made the Hokage, or the leader of the village, rather than a unified leadership. He fought against Hashirama multiple times over the years until he was ultimately defeated, all for his broken views of peace. Now, this was further shown in the war arc when Madara was brought back and planned to put everyone under an infinite Tsukiyomi, not to torture them, but then there would be no war and everlasting peace. Now, moving on to Obito, at a very young age, he was thought to be half dead, half crushed, and gave away his Sharingan to his friend and teammate Kakashi when he thought he wouldn't make it out, until he was saved by Zetsu. In old Madara and Zetsu were able to allow him to be able to move freely again, and once he was up and running, one of the first things that he saw when he came back to was his former teammate Kakashi, who he'd previously given his Sharingan to, killing his love interest Rin. Now this fundamentally broke him down, awoke his Mangekyo Sharingan, and even sent him into a blind rampage, which led him to do the horrific acts that he did in the future. From then on, he turned a blind eye to the leaf, and Madara also told them that the rest of his own clan betrayed him and left him because when Madara defected, none of the other Uchihas did as well. And now Obito, already wanting the downfall of the leaf, took it upon himself to take the guise of Madara and help Itachi kill the Uchiha clan. Now he eventually joined the Akatsuki and began to become a mastermind from the shadows. Now this new persona he took on was taken on until just before the very end, when he decided to sacrifice himself to save Kakashi. Now sure, what he did was awful, but it was all done with a heavy soul and a hole in his heart, and it was thought that if these series of events never took place, he could have actually been the one to become Hokage. Now Shisui was a very talented ninja who, much like the other Uchiha, was born into a period of time where there was a lot of tension with the Hidden Leaf and the Uchiha. After watching his dear friend die, he was able to awaken one of the most powerful Mangekyo Sharingan that we've seen thus far. It granted him the ability to use Koruwa Matsukami, an extremely powerful genjutsu that can subtly brainwash or mind control someone. His idea was to use it against the head of the Uchiha clan at the time, Fugaku, to prevent him from continuing his coup on the leaf. Now Danzo, a village elder, thought that this would not work and would simply delay the coup, so he took it upon himself to rip out one of Shisui's eyes and was going to have him disposed of. But before he could quite kill Shisui, Shisui met up with Itachi and gave him his remaining eye, entrusting him to protect the Hidden Leaf, and let himself fall off the waterfall to his very end. Now Itachi, the son of Fugaku, grew up alongside Shisui. They were both very talented and relative to one another, although it was stated that Shisui had the edge at most times. He was born with a gentle soul and delicate mindset, and wanted war to stop and peace to ensue, similarly to Hashirama's feelings previously. Unfortunately, he was also used to become a double agent and work for the Uchiha clan to gain intel on the higher-ups in the Hidden Leaf, although he fundamentally disagreed with the Uchiha. See, the Uchiha were cast to the village outskirts because they were also thought to have played a big part in the Nine-Tails attack on the village. They were also not allowed to help during the attack, and Fugaku Uchiha, the head of the Uchiha clan, although having a name just as large as Minato, was never even considered to be the fourth Hokage. That, all along with previous tensions that already existed since the time that Madara was around, which eventually led him to try to overtake the leaf. Now Itachi, being loyal to the leaf, was forced to make a very difficult choice of executing his entire clan as a mission that was given to him by the higher-ups in the leaf, and afterwards was seen as an outsider by the village in order to maintain peace. Now he did this all but could not really bring himself to kill his little brother Sasuke. Now throughout the franchise, he's been seen to be the enemy, the worst that it gets, the bottom of the barrel, but he was actually one of the best ones of all. Now, to make his brother stronger, he allowed him to think that he was evil, and it was only after his death until the truth about Itachi was brought to light. That brings us to Sasuke, probably one of the most broken individuals of all, whose goal was to avenge his clan and kill his brother for the longest time until he actually managed to do it. Now, upon finding that his brother wasn't who he thought he was, and actually turned out to be the caring older brother from long ago, he turned on the Hidden Leaf and did everything in his power to take over the leaf, become the new Hokage, and build it from the ground up. I kind of made a video talking about this if you guys want more information, but essentially he wanted to avenge Itachi after his death. Now ultimately, he was brought to light by Naruto, but at a great cost. Remember, his entire village was wiped out for reasons outside of his control, his brother was killed, and even his brother, the one last member that was still alive, was killed by himself after a misunderstanding. But actually, out of everyone, he ends up with the best ending. He's actually able to start a family, effectively breaking the curse of the Uchiha. Now, it's thought that a large part of the reason why the Uchiha and Senju fundamentally hated one another stemmed from their ancestors Indra and Ashura and Sasuke, who reincarnated their chakras over time in their descendants to continue their scuffle with one another, such as in Madara and Hashirama and Naruto and Sasuke, until it was finally broken, and they were able to come to a peaceful conclusion. The burden of the Uchiha is that they all at one point must experience extreme loss or sadness and often become antagonized for their points of view, and most of them actually meet a very sad end. Now, I know this is a little bit more of a depressing video, but I did notice a lot of parallels between the Uchihas, so I definitely thought it would be worth talking about. Anyways, if you guys like more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, as well as checking out Mixi's channel, who helped me edit this video. I'll catch you in the next one.